So obviously the wrong color for what we're used to working on here, but we work on everything, and I don't want to say we don't work on John Deere's often, but we do a few a year and of other brands. Not just Case Ingersoll, just obviously what we specialize in and stock parts for, but this has got an Onan in it, so that's the issue mainly with this tractor is the engine, and we stock a lot of the parts here and have a lot of familiarity. But nice John Deere 318, probably in my opinion one of John Deere's best models. But guy's done a bunch of work, had a bunch of shops done to it. Look at it, and it just does not run right. I'll start it up, give you a little show. Won't be able to do a full video because here by myself, but just to kind of let you know what's going on, because this happens quite often with any Onan and any brand. So you can hear it. It wants to stall, running real rough. Won't take much throttle at all. Just horrible. He's got a brand new OEM $400 carburetor on here. Had a guy tune it up, do a bunch of work, he adjusted the valves. That's full throttle, just won't take it. So this is what we're going to tackle, and we'll maybe keep you posted here. So we've got this one running good. A lot of times people will see the way this thing was acting, they'll see the black smoke out of the carb, see the gas sputtering out of the carburetor, and they always go to the carburetor first, or valves. My initial thought was a weak spark, and ended up being a bad set of brand new aftermarket points and condenser. That's why you just don't recommend the aftermarket condensers on these. He's had it to a few different dealers, a few different shops. I think one of the shops actually put the aftermarket parts on. It's got a brand new $400 carburetor on it. You guys put quite a bit of time and money into it. And we had it pinned down pretty quick. We put a set of OEM points and condenser in it, and ended up doing a full tune-up for the fella. And start this green beast up for you. Nice machine's got a lot of life in it. It's got a B43G Onan, and we put Schaefer's oil in it, new plugs, wires, filters, change the oil, add the oil filter grommet that was missing, probably saved this guy an engine, high capacity oil filter, the regular whole 9 yards as far as the tune-up goes, timed it, adjusted the carb, adjusted the governor, so he should be set to go, and he's excited. So one green machine in and one green machine out. We didn't switch brands, just a little tongue-in-cheek thumbnail there. But here's some pictures of some Case Ingersolls around here while I finish up with talking on this video for you to look at. And again, we really appreciate your guys' support, no matter what color or brand. Unfortunately, currently the Onan OEM condensers haven't been on national back order for a year. This video was made about a year ago. We had a pretty good stockpile of OEM condensers, and at the time we've since run out of them. Still waiting to get them in. We do buy them whenever we get a chance to see them. So that said, OEM condensers are getting pretty hard for people to get. We have a couple aftermarket ones that are okay. We've sourced out a few that are okay. There's a lot of bad aftermarket condensers out there right now all over the place that fail very quickly. So you really got to pick and choose some of your aftermarket sources for parts. There's garbage out there, and there's some okay ones out there. Also, the other really cool thing about this tractor, this guy called us up this year, a year later, and just want to let me know the tractor's still running excellent, and he said it's the best it's ever run since he's owned it, and he owned it for a long time. Took it to countless shops that just couldn't get it straightened out, and over the years, it just never ran as good. So it's pretty cool to hear. We work on all kinds of brands here, kind of known for working on Onans. Not many people do work on them in the area anymore. And we got people that drive hours and hours and hours to bring us Onans or Case Ingersoll tractors or any old garden tractor for that matter, because people are just no longer familiar with the older garden tractors and older engines and points and non-overhead valve engines and that kind of stuff. So just a cool little video just to show you guys that we don't just work on Case Ingersoll, we work on a little bit of everything, and just something to throw it up in there and mix it up. And it was a really nice John Deere 318, and anybody can appreciate any nice tractor no matter what brand it is. Check out our website at caseingersolltractors.com for lots of information on Case Ingersoll tractors, as well as parts, tractors, Onan, Kohler, Briggs, Stratton, and more. The Onan products we offer on our website. We have full plug-and-play kits. You don't have to get the parts individually. We put them all together, including all the filters, the gaskets, points, condensers for tune-ups, or some basic tune-up kits without the gaskets. Brand new carburetors, coils, stators, spark modules, a lot of different stuff for Onan, Briggs, and Kohler. Be sure to check us out. We're not just for Case Ingersoll. Just for you guys that don't know the difference of the two brands or real familiar with them, we're no John Deere expert by any means, but the John Deere 318 would be pretty comparable to a Case 448, maybe a 446, a 4018 power steering. Uh, Very similar model tractors. I would say that's their competition of each other. The Case is more of a commercial garden tractor, was geared towards commercial municipalities and stuff as well as homeowners. Both great machines. John Deere 318, one of the probably most sought after ones. Uh, Footprints are about the same, but the Case sits quite a bit higher and it's slightly longer and I think maybe slightly wider. Weight is kind of deceiving. The specs between the both of them put them pretty close. The John Deere's are like 750, 850 shipped dry. The Cases I've seen anywhere 750 to about 900, depending on the year. But the biggest thing with the Cases is there was no options. The PTO, the 3-point hitch, all that stuff is added on, and also their dry weights, their shipping weights. I maybe believe the John Deere's might be the same as well. But if you look at this last picture of the John Deere, you see all the stuff they got going on here, and it's pretty impressive, the engineering and stuff. But it's also very complicated, so there's a lot there. And this is why the weights are fairly deceiving. And if you look at this picture with the Case and the illustration down below, that's pretty realistic. There is not much more to that tractor than the hydraulic system, the engine, the tank, and the rear end. The Case hydraulic system is much, much bigger than the John Deere. That's because it's a hydraulic drive, not hydrostatic. It's a stronger system, a more simpler system. But they have huge hydraulic systems on them for their size and very large hydraulic pumps. So there's no drive shafts, there's no belts, there's none of that for the drive system. There's no transmission. It's a hydraulic drive motor. So even though the weights are fairly close, most of the Case weight is coming from very heavy duty frame. The sheet metal is not stamped. It's all fabricated, welded, fenders and hood, body panels. The rear end is extremely heavy duty cast steel with steel bull gears in there and a hydraulic motor. It's not a hydrostatic transmission in the back, so the rear end is super heavy, heavy duty cast front end. So the weights on paper are pretty similar, but what is heavier on each one is actually the main part of the Case, the frame, the chassis is the heavy part, where John Deere has a lot of components to it to give it the weight. The John Deere decks are far lighter. They do a nice job, but the Case decks are not stamped. They're actually fabricated, welded, heavy gauge material. Both running the Onan engines. The early John Deeres had a B43G, which was 43 cubic inch with a large Nicky carburetor on it, and that's where they got the 18 horse out of them. Where early Cases opted for the B48, which was closer to 50 cubic inch and had a longer stroke. And that machine, that's where they got the 18 horse from that. And so it's a bigger displacement engine. And then the later 448s went with a B48 with the Nicky carburetor on it and a different cam. That actually pushed them to 20 horsepower unofficially, but it's what I'm told is the same cam and it's the same carburetor as the 20 horses. So those were a 20 horse machine, the later 448s. Then John Deere switched to the Performer P218, which was the same 48 50 cubic inch engine that the Case was using, and Case switched to that Performer Onan as well. The Performer was electronic ignition, so both brands got rid of the points and went to the same engine. The 4018 Onan is what had the Performer, and the 448 was dropped. So the 4018 was a newer model, and the 4018 had a power steering option, where the John Deere 318 came standard with the power steering, which was a very nice feature. Both great machines. I've owned both of them. Obviously, a ton more cases, but I've had some 318s. I've run a bunch of them, worked on a bunch of them. They're a nice, smooth machine. The power steering's nice on them. They mow nice. Again, both great machines, and both kind of targeted to a different market, but there was an overlap there with homeowners buying them, obviously. Where the case originally were kind of targeted as a commercial garden tractor going to municipalities and schools and hospitals and commercial businesses and airports and that kind of thing. So just for you guys to kind of know which brand is comparable to the other as far as models. That's the 318 and the 448 or 4018. Very similar machines, both great machines, and both favorites of case enthusiasts and John Deere enthusiasts alike. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe, and until next time, thanks.